This is TWiT.
Oh my God, Casey Newton writing in The Verge on the horrific lives led by these Facebook moderators. The trauma floor, the secret lives of Facebook moderators in America, just horrific. It's a job nobody wants, nobody should have to do. There are 1,000 people doing this for Facebook in Phoenix, 15,000 around the world, and they see the worst. I mean, it's worse than being a cop. They see the worst stuff.
You feel for those people because they end up, I mean, they could potentially end up being desensitized too. It's just
well, and Casey starts with talking about a specific worker who was having panic attacks because of what she saw. I don't want to. Again, it's too graphic. I don't want to talk about it, but the stuff she saw made her nuts. Made her just. I mean, people being murdered.
People are awful.
But
people are awful.
But again, that team of 1,000 people are needed. They are
desperately
needed.
Well, but think about how many hours of content. It's like 36 hours for every hour of content is uploaded, or 36 hours of content is uploaded to YouTube. For every
hour.
Every hour, every minute. I don't remember.
I think it's every minute. It keeps going up, obviously.
People can't keep up with that. So how do we figure this out? Because it is a problem and it's running away from us, and we can figure this out. We just maybe it results in more legit takedowns. I don't know.
Casey also points out that moderators make, at least the Phoenix moderators, make $28,800 a year, while the average Facebook employee has a total compensation of $240,000.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, and I think there's a high level of PTSD, as you might imagine, and once they leave the company, there's no support for that from anybody. There is a counselor on duty, but only for part of the day. It doesn't sound like a good job.
Well, that's on Facebook, in my opinion. That's on Facebook leadership. Fix that.
Yeah, you're making a lot of money. You can pay them better. You can help them. You can support them.
I think I was on This Week in Google while I discussed talking about Apple and how you have the executives that make $1 gazillion. You have the sales team that makes $1 gazillion as far as trying to sell services and whatnot. But then you go to the Apple store and those folks are not making a lot of money. But
well, look at Amazon, where there's an even greater gulf.
Right. But all of those people at the bottom of that food chain, they have some serious value there and they should be compensated for it. Now,
I mean, this is America. This is how it works.
Yeah,
right?
I understand people have college degrees and experience and education and all of that can warrant having extra wages. I get that. That's why I went to college. But at the same time, it shouldn't be such a huge gap when you got people staring at a screen of just disgusting content and trying to protect the eyeballs of my hard-headed kids from seeing it out there accidentally. Those people leadership should look at that and fix that from a compensation standpoint.
It seems unfair, but this is life in a capitalist society. On the other hand, I would submit to Facebook that it's important to do a better job of this, because the upshot of this, and YouTube too, is that you will lose customers because people won't let their kids look at Facebook. They don't want to. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not one near Facebook. I very rarely go to YouTube. And whatever I do, I never read YouTube comments. So this hurts your business.
Yeah.
And they really, if you can't get to them out of humanity, and I'm a business owner, I pay my employees terribly, but that's business. No, I don't pay them terribly. I actually, what I do is I don't know anything about what they get paid. My CEO, my business partner, my wife does that, and she doesn't tell me, so I can say, when I'm brought up in court or in front of Congress, I can say, well, I don't know. You'll have to ask. You'll have to ask Lisa. I don't have
to watch anything quite as bad as.
It's almost as bad.
Close.
And you may have PTSD.
I mean, you do have to have us arguing over Latin pronunciations of words, which, I mean,
he's a Harvard man. He loves that kind of stuff, I've heard.
He already knows. He's like,
no, I'll tell you, because I spent my whole life until very recently, till I started my own business as an employee. I think I try to be a better employer. I want to be the employer that I wanted when I was an employee. But honestly, it's America. I mean,
still a business.
You got to pay minimum wage, but that's about it. So I think the way to appeal to Facebook and YouTube and other companies and Twitter, I would guess you throw them in there too, is to appeal to their greed, appeal to their bottom line and say, look, this is going to hurt you. It is going to hurt them, isn't it?
See, this is why we need metrics above and beyond profits to measure how corporations are. We have to measure the externalities and the costs associated with
you're just a socialist.
What? Huh? That's not socialism.
It doesn't have to be socialism for me to call you a socialist. You understand that, right?
Right.
Okay. Just
Can I call you a Nazi?
Yeah, absolutely. You know how it works.
Is that the next level? Socialist, Nazi?
Yeah, there you go. Done. Perfect. Fascist, socialist, fascist, socialist. That's perfect. We live in a terrible world. I wish we could fix this. I do. I really do. Most people are good, aren't they? Yes, they are, Ant. I know you know that, Ant. I know you believe that.
I'm not going to say most.
Oh, really? You don't think it's more than 51%?
Ooh. I can't say that. I see a whole lot of stuff, brother. I'm just fortunate that I deal with, more than 51%.
Yes, try to stick with the good ones. Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's even more depressing.